Okay, that's good. That's good. This is down here. I'm glad, and we have been. Of us have been knocked down. Of us have had a tough time and great time. Maybe back of the ring, right? So it doesn't matter. Right? Strong in order to survive another week. You might have been knocked down. You've not been knocked out. And so I want you to be fair. I want you to have a very and that says that this life is tough, but I'm not gonna quit. Tonight, though, well, early morning, it's midnight, and I'm that some of us are skilling to hinge and to ourselves to be better and to do great things. I want to talk briefly tonight. Early morning today, I will be talking about on subject as we'll be looking around 10:30. So if you can send this morning, and given I'm not going to bed very can also stay with me at 10:30 this morning. We will be discussing a very powerful word that will is okay. I look at your face, show exactly what is. We will be discussing. We'll be looking at that in depth this morning at 10:30. So yeah, just briefly about the subject. Are we, if you're equal, on quite things that have been good things that have been around some of you. I realize I've been at the dictionary to understand what or equal mean the same impulse value you as a I wouldn't as you would like them to do unto you. So it actually fits into the definition of treat equally. Okay. I just want to outline what I want to do this very moment. Does it mean to be why people think that they are more or above, and how do we ensure fairness in our institution place in our society? How do we make sure that in our nation that we apply the, if you like, um, how do we systems works and what do we ought to in order to make sure that we across, and this is a very 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 challenging subject, okay, because um, straight away you and I know that there is a lot of injustice, there is a lot of biases, there is a lot of explicit and implicit biases that goes on all over the place. But it is important as God's children that as we begin to revisit this question, how equal are we? How equal are we in the way we do life? How equal are we in the way we engage with others who have a different viewpoint from us? How equal are we when we engage with people who don't look like us? How do we ensure we maintain equity in our dealings with people, in our dealings with us? And I think that it is in deal with this subject today, mostly because of that is how today. And if I want, but we can see in a especially health sector today that everybody in that profession come together. They are doing what they have to do, doing what they do, something that they enjoy doing. But at this particular moment in our history, we are seeing that in health sector, seeing that playing for people regardless of who they are, how they look, how eyeball it does everybody pulls together and they work as one together. They share this together in order to deal with the situation that they with. So they are as one. They events and situations one. That is very important. Why is this at this moment, this time? Why we see in the equal playing field people work health sector world, that's what why should we allow pandemic to bring the health sector together and see the determining the praise, not just ordinary clapping corporate and CEOs are all together to praise health sector. Why should we wait for some this smile bring this fair not just our health sector but also in areas of our institutions across important that we stand what has been polluted for so many centuries and for so years. Hence, we haven't been together as one, each other as equal partners in one times we be things that we have been seeing from okay. So we begin to prove that ought not be the can we ensure the sections what our judge class way we do starts with the mind. Says that, brothers, I beseech you, be transformed by the renewing. Transformed you, then we will be to be open to views of us without without applying any kind of a old setting before. Let's We won't interpret what people are saying before they say what they have to. Try to hear what times we hear people are not saying to what they are. It is in the mind. Now, this morning, I want to urge you that we need on our mind for us to be able to create that. To create that, are we creating an image? Are we human? But why we have the disparity? Would we exalt some others down? Now we ourselves and ask, it's a question. We have to ask ourselves. Is dealing with somebody who doesn't like me? Try to shut them without to let them feel less of a human. And when I'm to do like me, do I try to train my regard for the other? Time we stand for what is right. It's not about people that look at people that God has created to be our focal point. We are all in the image of God, and we have to realize that. And we realize that we have been created in the image of God, then we will be in each other as God wants to. We'll be in the position of love as God to. We will be to be respectful to the people that we will discriminate. We will not apply explicit and implicit biases in the we and with people who don't us. It's about time we respond to change. Both bringing up as human beings are baffled. For example, in the West, where you have people who are coming into the to study, same people come back. Somebody is coming to Europe. The fact that somebody from Asia to study, for example, why would we each of them bring fee? Straight away, lying by default a discrimination to how we treat people coming from Africa, and they have arms and legs. Coming from Italy, they have to pay than somebody coming from Africa. Right? Somebody had to study. It's something different to ask yourself, what kind of institution have we created? What kind of systems have we in place? Straight away in our institutions, discriminating people, what kind of people do we ought to be? What kind of people are a fair society? And being playing to everybody where they are coming. If someone is coming from Europe and they have to pay, and it's amazing, many people have to into ourselves. If we have classified a continent that is out of challenges and struggling, and I try to and come intuition the most diffractures and to then enable what they ought to be. I saying that our institutions have to be governed. I talk about Black life in time. We have to just change policies with police forms and things like that. To change institutions in our institution ought not to be the city call our way. If we are saying have to people fair, we have to treat people, then we're doing what we need to do. We have to show that our institution, people coming from Africa, coming from Asia, that they are met with huge bills that they have to climb up to overcome. That is not a good. How equal are we creating that is equal? Creating is fair. Trying to start what is right and creating a society where that the ability to excel and all that they ought to be giving relief whilst others are difficult to raise above and shine. Because one person will be the same of the background they are coming from. It's taking people like myself to work and to be able to think. When we do that as an aspect that, hey, as we do that as human beings, what kind are we creating fairness in our institutions, fairness in our workplace? Many times in our workplaces as well. I'm so glad constant effort and change from America, and we are seeing the all over the place, Black Lives Matter, and they are trying to reflect with the environment. But that's good, but not enough. We that I'm putting on t-shirt, a club of it ain't gonna bring. We have in places change into that who they are coming from, what they color, get equal chance to when somebody finds an opportunity to excel, whether the white or Asian, or make sure that is encouraged to excel open for it doesn't matter. The class changes. If I'm a white and I am a make sure that white guy came for that guy or a guy winning with the same ambition and determine excel to apply the sameness regardless how we people community or in our years. What we have to what is right as whatever is as kind, what is whatever is of good report are not because we don't know, we can't do what is listening to the voice of the man. Sometimes the man is wrong, and this very much challenge you. The voice of that are telling you no, it's right. In the Bible, a time came when they to ask for the wisdom of the others in his community. He owed to this young king and how he needed them and the not to guide people that are under him. He will trust king. He will gain the respect of people, respect him and do what he. But this young of the widow are not good enough, and they identify the young people speak like him at all, and expect to behave in a very, very unprofessional way that doesn't defeat and with the so-called wisdom of the people that looks like him and him and talk like him, and it didn't with him at all. And you know after that when we are bring the city together, become great and becomes to be right. If you look at the achieve over the years, the contest story, but they were full of different people from all walks of life, different cities. And an example about this health sector here in the United Kingdom, you see that of people that are civilized in that sector, health citizen of the diversity is because of the ability to put black, white, yellow, every, that when people are together, is that commands is when this God commands into the environment. And it's important to recognize able to bring that together when we bring people together. Nothing we cannot because we each other we create place and that and relationship and what place of our barriers of our color when we recover good to our gradients. So today I just want to encourage us to that. What does it mean to be this thing? How do we ensure there is fair institutions and places created? How do we environment people where people look on people coming from a continent, regardless where they are coming, treat them that place with unity. They are in our inspire, learning, give them the same plane to excel. I don't think personally that the way institutions are the West is fair, and baffles me why a young man, woman would have to travel. They have a country that we are impoverished to have a 3 square mile a day. The West, and they are not law is to huge. I'm saying this because I think that need to be in this because the institutions, people come to have to do something. This is the time to write. We have to write. This can't continue. Cannot the right of I guess see that to come from the continents of Africa and Asia, the working as to come in the chain in many of cannot even pursue because amount of feeding of that is of both region and then as a result of the people many to finish what they do. Say that right now, live on you speaking about YouTube as I will point and we can join me talk about the face and the heart of and I mean the truth is I have 10 this if you have time but what I'm about is very beginning. How do we ensure we call just in our institution we reply for voice to say unfair to change we have to be able to that people from of Africa, people who are coming from people who all those places I don't see why coming from study for that, and they have less from Africa. I mean, I don't see the reason why somebody is working in their workplaces. Also, they are seeing and to excel. Why somebody away look like them? Just look twice as to get the opportunity without work as hard as them. Straight up an example, and the only by ensuring that whatever position we have, trade, if that go skill set, the knowledge, that grace, opportunity, then let the progress them to stem to, and by doing that, nobody here society we will see that and it's becoming prosperous, and we will see this words of that because level for where everybody they ought to be able to do that. See, you know one thing you about fair that you and to challenge when we see that they should aspect of child to say that arrogant or you are or of is being taken that voice is heard. Making sure that you there is not how your ways in your environment stand up, pick up, and you have to make no. More you keep the more you self. We are not going to think that is need to bring out. Listen, as news of this now being recession, the economies of the world is going recession. As we make sure that we make normal, make sure that the changes time with fairness, make sure that it change, and now so that as part of this, as we grow our institution, our so that one is root why the institutions and places shares let many people internet. We raise there many you will be that who's in parliament and those people who are at head of conditions benefits are not aware. Also maybe are not aware, then voice of mass speak. We will times it takes people to raise them. We see when we that we are each other yellow to group even wherever they come treating each other. This is the we and all hard together, unique together, round table, having each other. This year we will be safe with our treat. When that about that lesson, when that day it is a God speak. You are a dean. I want to speak to you. You are a CEO. Offer to you if you are to you for putting up policy, being government, and you are you realistic up in institutions and in your work. Are you students that are paid? Are you all in our where body can be or to challenge? That is something that I believe is something we can do, women, and always better. That is why. Asking the question, do you we are of them saying they have privilege, they have their own, but it ought to should it to be so achievable, but to have those and the village portability have a higher exchange to ensure that their structures is changed to favor so that we don't see struggling their community because they are not because they are struggling educated alone in society that place for this can do it. Said for sin has been but this is been see and then are we the always that we reach so that if who ask how to and to beyond them to country things the things that are block to other structures whole edition that has up see time myself we look at many environment enjoy seeing this is something we're talking about that we have the people we can go it can be raised up people they also greatly to me people sympathy empathy come as lead and we should mention them glory yeah this pike is alive of our generation time in the film it has been women voice of blue start doing what is right the majority in people to using proceeding that is we know that of murder are still struggling do actually encourage those communities to do what is right people and people into getting the it doesn't who is standing the and then of a president of the in display is getting home or to do is that in our is where people could leave all this discrimination from start down on others and help comes and come person truthful in study in success do in culture city see in every city improvement great happen but where those in not read to have visions actually is with actually organization go fine present we do all these things here practically those many institutions the fact that one people do they go to study but when they come there they touch I mean fee higher cost year to them back institution is that so make sure that it's a fair gonna challenge our life except and supposed to be banks and make we have hard play questions too that we can and that's but we have to we are putting we can work out happen work I encourage you touch more often talk on the film now looking right now what we'll be doing with so from you know the way that science institute structures they are people from what they did to can and not ready feel. I can leave people are covered there them pay the same for me do that and doing that one people is another people because previous having them miss something about you we have we drive with each other difficult situations comes to benefit to and that we really get to hold it are we essentially really our playing and are we really from equal the reason we have for become opposed to helping illegal to answer. So said that it's your table God will watch about you that bless you to the nation or the group or hope that not just one God will bless you taking the again right I know this is almost midnight down here in the United Kingdom. I